Welcome back to a Fifth of Jack Gaming, where today we're going to open up 3 packs of Innistrad Midnight Hunt. These are set boosters, so they're going to have a special art card and then also a foil on them. And thank you for watching, and let's see what we open up. Our fancy art card is Gissa, the Glorious Resurrector by Young by Cho. It is number 35 out of 81. Abomination that costs us 2 and a blue for a zombie bird. It's flying. And when it enters the battlefield, we get to create 2/2 black zombie with decay. Has a 2/2 power and toughness. Coming back with a Timberland Guide, costs us 1 and a green for a human scout. When it enters the battlefield, put a +1/+1 counter on a target creature. Has a 1/1 power and toughness. Kotor's Troop costs us an X and green for a human. When it enters the battlefield, it gets X amount of +1/+1 counters on it. And it has this little thing called covering. Covering, you have to have 3 different powers to be able to use it. And if we do have it, we get to put a +1/+1 counter on a target creature you control. It has a 0/0 power toughness. And then we're going to join the dance. Costs us 1 green and a white. Create 2 1/1 white humans creatures. And it has a flashback cost of 3, a green, and a white. That's an uncommon, as well as the last card was. We're going to be flapping it out with a Village Watch. Costs us 4 and a red. It's a human werewolf. It's a 4/3 body. Has haste and daybound. That means on the nightbound side, it becomes the Village Reavers. It's a werewolf. Wolves and werewolves you control have haste. Has a 5/4 body. So daybound and nightbound is activated on the primary player's turn. To make it into daybound, you have to play 2 spells to switch it from nightbound to daybound, and to switch from daybound to nightbound, you have to play no spells. You can still activate stuff, but you can't play any spells for it. Then we have the Bait Hook Angler. Costs us 1 and a blue for a human peasant. Has a disturb cost, which means we could play it out from the graveyard, and it'll bring out the other transform side. But before we flip on that side, its power and toughness is 2 and a 1. Over on the other side is the Hook Daunt Drifter. It's a spirit flying, and if it dies from anywhere, or gets put in a graveyard from anywhere, it has to be exiled. Has a 1/2 body. And then we have a Shady Traveler. Costs us 2 and a red. Just kidding. Costs us 2 and a black. For a human werewolf. Has menace. That means it has to be blocked by 2 or more creatures. On the daybound side, it has a 2/3 power toughness. And then on the nightbound, it has a 4/4 and becomes a stalking predator. And then when we have a Dire Strain Rampage, costs us 1, a green, and a red for a sorcery. Destroy a target artifact, enchantment, or land. If a land was destroyed this way, its controller may search their library for up to 2 basic land cards, put it onto the battlefield tapped, then shuffle. Otherwise, its controller may search its library for a basic land card and put it onto the battlefield tapped, and then shuffle. Has a flashback cost of 3 and 2. Has a flashback cost of 3, a red, and a green. And then we're going to Seize the Storm. Costs us 4 and a red. It's a sorcery. Create a red elemental creature token with trample. This creature power and toughness is equal to the number of instants and sorcery cards in your graveyard, plus the number of cards with flashback that you own exiled. It's a flashback cost of 6 and 1 red. And the final card is a whiffer because this is an advertisement for Arena. Oh man. They all can't be winners. Let's hope this one is, though. Alright. Art card. Which the art card is A Field of Ruin by Chris Ostrowski. It's number 72 out of 81. We have a Plains. Shipwreck Shifters. Costs 1 and a blue for a spirit. When it enters the battlefield, draw a card and then discard a card. Whenever you discard a spirit card or card with Disturb, put a +1/+1 counter on it. It gets a 1, or it has a power toughness of 1/2. Geist Wave costs 1 and a blue for an instant. Return a target non-land permanent to its owner's hand. If you control that permanent, draw a card. Drawn Horror Revenator costs 3 and a green for a human warlock. When it enters the battlefield, we gain 3 life. Tap it, add 1 mana of any color. It's a 2/1 or 2/4 body. Obsesses Astronomer costs 1 and a red for a human wizard. If it's neither day or night, it becomes day as it enters the battlefield. Whenever day becomes night or night becomes day, discard up to 2 target cards and draw that many cards. Moon Silver Key costs 2 for an artifact. Pay 1, tap it, sacrifice it, and search your library for an artifact with a mana ability or a basic land card. Reveal it and put it into your hand, then shuffle your library. Lunar Frenzy costs X and red. It's an instant. Target creature you control gets +X/+O, gains first strike and trample until end of turn. Casted Naturalist costs a red and a green for a human werewolf. When it attacks, add a green or a red. Until end of turn, you don't lose mana as it steps and phases out. Is a 2/2 body. Over on the other side, becomes the Lord of the Underworld. Other wolves and werewolves you control have +1/+1. And then you keep the same ability as a 3/3 body. Devoted Graphkeeper costs 1 and a blue. For an uncommon, it's a human peasant. When it enters the battlefield, mill 2 cards. Whenever you cast a spell from your graveyard, tap a target creature you don't control. Has a Disturb cost of 1, a blue, and a white. Its power and toughness is a 2/1, but when we cast it from there and becomes the other side of it, becomes the Departed Soul Keeper. It's a spirit, flying, and it can only block creatures with flying. And if it was put into any graveyard, we exile it instead. It has a 3/1 power toughness. Then we have a Harvest-Dyed Infiltrator. Costs 2 and a red for a human werewolf. Trample. Has a 3/2 body and toughness on the Daybound. And then over on the Nightbound side, it becomes the Assailant. And it has trample as well, but it's a 4/4 body and toughness. Then we have the Rite of Harmony. Costs a green and a white. It's an instant. Whenever a creature or enchantment enters the battlefield under your control, draw a card. It has a flashback cost of 2, a green, and a white. And then our foil is a Fame Blade Brigade. With this special art, costs 3 and a red. It's a human werewolf. Costs 1 and a red. And to activate it, it gets +1/+0 and gains first strike until end of turn. On the Daybound side, its power toughness is a 3/4. On the Nightbound side, it becomes the Executor. And we can pay 1 and a red, and it gets +1/+1 until end of turn and first strike. Or we can pay 4 and a red, and creatures you control get +2/+0 until end of turn. That's a 4/5 power and toughness. And then we got a human token. Alright, we're cruising along. We're on the final pack. Special art card. Delver of Secrets by Matt Stewart. It's number 21 out of 81. Then we got a Plains. And then we have No Way Out. It costs us 2 and a red. Costs us 2 and a black for a sorcery. Target opponent discards 2 cards you cast or you create a 2/2 black zombie token with decay. Decay means that it can't block, and as soon as it attacks, we discard it after combat. Diagraph Horde costs us 4 and a black for a zombie. When it enters the battlefield, we get to create 2 black or 2/2 black zombie creature tokens with decay. When you do, exile up to 1 or 2 target cards from graveyards. It's a 3/4 body. 8 and Alive, as an additional cost to cast this spell, sacrifice a creature or pay 3 and a black. It has a cost to actually play the card as 1 black. Exile a target creature or planeswalker. Silver Bolt costs us 1 for an artifact. Pay 3, tap it, sacrifice it. It deals 3 damage to a target creature. If it's a werewolf, it deals that damage to it and destroys it. First uncommon is the Ghoulish Procession. Costs us 1 and a black for an enchantment. Whenever 1 or more non-token creature dies, create a 2/2 black zombie creature token with decay. This ability triggers once each turn. The next uncommon is Blade Stitch Scab. Costs us a blue and a black for a zombie soldier. Other zombies that you control get +1/+0. Has a 2/3 power. Then we already covered this guy. It's the Flamboyant Brigade. But just in case, there's the other side. Then we got the Mysterious Tome. Costs us 2 and a blue for an artifact. Pay 2, tap it, draw a card, transform it. It becomes the Chilling Chronicle. Tap 1, tap it. Tap a target non-land permanent, transform it. And then we got a Tavian Ruffian. Costs us 3 and a red. Has Daybound. On the Daybound side, it's a 2/5. When it becomes a Nightbound, it becomes a Tavern Smasher. Has a 6/5 power and toughness. We have the Reckless Stormseeker. Costs us 2 and a red for a human werewolf. At the beginning of combat, on your turn, target creature gets +1/+0 and gains haste until end of turn. On the Daybound side, it has a 2/3 body. And on the Nightbound side, it is Storm Charge Slasher. At the beginning of your combat, on your turn, the target creature gets +2/+0 against trample and haste. Has a 3/4 body. Now we have a foil Candle Grove Witch. Costs us 1 and a white for a human warlock. Has Covering. So that means it has to have 3 different powers. It will gain flying, and it has a 2/2 body. And then the other card is a transform card. That's the 3 packs. What do you think of them? Let us know down in the comments below. If you're liking the content that we're putting out, like, subscribe, and hit that little bell icon to be notified about any of our future content. Thanks for watching, and until next time, we'll see you later.